Welcome to The View from the Jungle. My name is Gersh, and the first thing I want to say is thanks for coming. I have another review for you guys today. It was my friend Olivia's birthday this past Thursday, and my friend Samara wanted to take her out for her birthday, and I tricked him into doing a review with me. So I killed two birds with one stone, which was awesome. So we went to the North Country, which is a restaurant right here in Barrie, located at 10 Dunlop Street. It's right on the corner of the 5 Points. If you don't know what the 5 Points is, well, you probably don't live in Barrie. So we got to the restaurant a little after 8 p.m. So right before I do start, I want to let you know this is a negative review. I wasn't too impressed with this restaurant, but we did get to the restaurant a little bit after 8. I did notice the outside of the restaurant was a little bit cluttered. It's getting cooler, so the patios are closing down. So they have like the stacks of tables and chairs right out front. It wasn't too clean out front either. There was like used masks on the floor, and surprisingly, there was no cigarette butts. There was used masks and other things that they probably should clean up before opening the restaurant to start with. Walking in the doors, windows, floors, everything was clean, but it was a little cluttered in the little lobby way, like before you get into the actual entrance of the restaurant. It's like a long hallway, and there was like a little magazine rack or a newspaper rack, which in my opinion is something you see at like the exit of a grocery store or something like that. It was empty. There was like one newspaper thing there, and there was this weird long pole which looked like some kind of crank or something for like opening or closing an awning. Just in general, I didn't think it should have been there. It's not too pleasing to the eyes when you're walking into a restaurant. And then once we got into the restaurant, if you're wondering what I'm looking at, it's the screen behind me. It's got all these little points and stuff that I need to mention and stuff. Other than that, the desk I have here, it's not a desk, it's actually my coffee table. And it's pretty cool. So it's a little different format than my other videos, but I like it. But yeah, back to the restaurant. So when we got into the restaurant, they had this little booth thing for the hostess, which was pretty nice. Like the restaurant itself was really nice when we walked in. It's only a couple years old. Everything is like new. It's really nice. But it was empty. There was really nobody there. And which really, I didn't understand why it took so long for us to be seated. So we were at the front of the restaurant. We were waiting for 4 or 5 minutes before any type of hostess or anybody greeted us, which did give me a chance to look at the front of the house there. So one thing I don't like is back of the house stuff being visible. Menus, cutlery, that kind of stuff, which was right on the, well, the menus weren't, but the cutlery was, wrapped up in the tissue paper. There was a bucket of cutlery right there on the hostess table, which I think should be hidden away. Main reason, I kind of want my cutlery protected from people walking by, sneezes, coughs, all this kind of stuff. It's just something that I think should be not visible. But yeah, after about 4 or 5 minutes, somebody did come to greet us. And when I mean greet us, they just asked us how many people there were and what table we wanted to sit at. They did give us a choice of the table, but there was no hi's, how are yous, or anything like that, which I think is the first thing you're supposed to say to a customer. But we did decide on a table, so we ended up sitting in the booth. I let Olivia choose. It was her birthday, so she chose to sit at a booth. And the table itself, when we got there, unfortunately, it was dirty. There was like crumbs and little pieces of food, which Samara just kind of wiped away. And I don't know how clean her hand was, but she just wiped that stuff away, and we just sat down. They didn't want to choose a different table, so we just continued sitting there. The waiter came pretty quickly, got our drink orders. I always tell the waiters I don't like to get ice in my drinks. I just think it waters it down. So when we did get the drinks, I didn't have ice in mine, so he did remember that. Unfortunately, the sodas were flat. I got a root beer, Samara and Olivia got Cokes, and they were flat. So immediately we were disappointed just with that. The menu looked good. There was quite a few options, but there wasn't a lot, not an overwhelming amount of options, but there was a good amount of options. It's a barbecue kind of place, so the menu is exactly the barbecue style stuff. So they had ribs on the menu, and that's what I ordered. I really like ribs, so that's what I got. And to say the least, the order itself, we made our food order. It came in about 16 minutes, which is a very reasonable amount of time. I got my food. It was on this big tray. It was the ribs. I got potato salad, French fries, like sauces, and potato salad, and cornbread. The food itself was cooked very well. So in my opinion, the ribs were very, very tender. I mean, like fall off the bone. I was eating them with a fork. I didn't even need a knife. It was just, bones were just popping out, which was awesome. Potato salad was very creamy, and then I like creamy potato salad, so that was a good thing. And then the cornbread itself was moist. It was good. The only issue with the food that I had was I didn't like yeah, although the cook was good on it, I didn't like the taste. So they did have like some house barbecue sauce that they put on the ribs. I thought it tasted very dilly or like mustardy kind of, and the potatoes had that same kind of dilly mustardy taste. And then the cornbread I thought could be sweeter. And that was my opinion on the food. I know a lot of people are asking me about pictures of the food and stuff when I go to these resort or restaurants. And unfortunately, I don't know how to video edit yet, and I'm trying to get the hang of it. I'm learning slowly. I got a couple things down, but I do work a full-time job too, so I'm trying to figure out the video editing. I will be putting pictures of the food and stuff on my Facebook page, so view the pictures there for the time being. But in future videos, I'll probably be able to like put them in places and stuff like that. But for now, I don't know how to do that, so that's that. Hold on, scrolling up. So, like I was saying, the hospitality wasn't the best. So after being served, usually within 5 minutes or so, I do expect the server to come back to ask about, the satisfaction of the food. And that never happened. Matter of fact, the waiter never came back to even ask us if we wanted refills on our drinks or anything like that, which was the main downfall of this hospitality at the restaurant. It's like we didn't really feel like we were being cared for. And like I was saying, like the restaurant's empty, right? So it wasn't as if the restaurant was busy, which this is stuff that I take into consideration, and it wasn't busy. So I don't understand why the waiter, never came back. So as I was saying, it was, and then it came to the order desserts. So the dessert is the one thing that I was pleased with. It was a really good dessert. It came in a jar and it had like ice cream and cake and stuff in it. I will be posting a picture of that. But as I was saying, it was my friend Olivia's birthday. So we mentioned that when we were ordering the desserts. In my opinion, I think restaurants should give a free dessert or have some type of option for somebody when it's their birthday. We told the waiter it was our friend Olivia's birthday, and well, he said happy birthday, but then he just asked us if he wanted plastic bags for our leftovers for the food, and that was a topic for conversation at the table for a little while, because that was hilarious. It was just like, hey, it's her birthday. Hey, you guys want plastic bags? Didn't really equal the reaction we were looking to get. So I did speak to the manager. Her name was Lori. So the same thing, I always ask all the managers the same thing when I go to the restaurants. And what makes your restaurant stand out? What attracts people to your restaurant? And she didn't really answer my question, but she basically told me that the kind of clientele they're trying to get at their restaurant is the older people that used to go to the restaurant down the street, which is called the Ranch. I didn't really understand that. But that's what they told me. So they're trying to attract the clientele, the older clientele from the Ranch. I believe the manager said she used to work there, and that's who she wants attending. So basically, she told me I wasn't the kind of client she wanted at her restaurant, which I didn't understand it. But I did mention the wobbly table. So when we did sit down, like I was saying, the table was dirty. It was also very wobbly too. It was like two little tables set together. And the one of them was very wobbly. I mentioned that, and then she told me after the rowdy weekends, they repair all the tables and make sure they're straight on Mondays. And this was Thursday, so Monday had passed, so I didn't really understand that response either. But then after having a conversation like that with the manager, I didn't really want to speak to her too much anyway. But then my friend Olivia realized that she knew her, and they started a conversation which gave me the out where I didn't have to be in that conversation anymore, which was awesome. And I believe that is it. So, in my opinion, I didn't enjoy the experience, but so that was my experience. But when it came to my guests, so Olivia really did enjoy her food. She did make a special request to have jalapenos on her burger. So she ordered, what she ordered was a burger. I think it was like a vegan burger or something like that. She requested jalapenos to be on her burger, and unfortunately they did not put jalapenos on her burger. It is something I advised her to tell the waiter about, but she didn't want to do that. She has like serious anxiety, so she didn't want to say anything about anything at the restaurant to the waiter. And then my other guest reviewer, Samara, she got cauliflower bites, which I thought was an awesome thing to order at a barbecue joint. But she got the cauliflower bites. She didn't like them either, and her opinion and Olivia's both of their opinions based on the hospitality and the food, the quality of the food, is that they wouldn't return to the restaurant. And I had the exact same opinion based on the taste of the food. For me, the quality was awesome, but the taste of the food and the quality of the hospitality, I would not return to this restaurant either. So that's my opinion on the North Country here in Barrie. If you have a different opinion, please let me know. Write it in the comments. If you've been there before, you had a good experience, you had a bad experience, I want to know about it. Please let me know. I do appreciate everybody viewing today. I just want to say, like I say at the end of every video I have, like and subscribe, and share it if you can too, because I'm trying to get as many subscribers as possible. So if you can share my video, if you like what I said, I'd appreciate it. And that is it. So thanks for viewing. I'll put my desk back down. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night.